This is the best beer in the world, Pliny the Younger, and today I'm going to try and get my hands on a few bottles in the worst, most absurd way possible for my dad. Let me explain. This is Pliny the Elder, the third best imperial IPA in the world, and my dad's favorite beer. You can't get it in New York where my parents live, but when they visit me in California, you can get it at the Whole Foods down the road. Pliny the Younger is even better than Pliny the Elder, but my dad has never had it, and he never will, unless I can get him some. Finding a pint isn't that hard. I need the bottles, because I have to take them to central New York where my parents live, and getting a bottle is almost impossible. Bottles are only available for 13 days a year, plus you have to go to the brewery to get them. And by the way, it's very popular. The line to get in can be hours long, and they only sell a limited number of bottles every day. So after all that waiting, you might not even get one. I'm visiting my parents soon, so even though this whole thing is a long shot, I've got to try. I don't get to see my parents that often, and if I can do this, nothing would make my dad happier. Unfortunately, I've got a few more problems. The brewery is only an hour drive from my house, which is great considering people fly in from all over the world to try and get a taste. But my car is experiencing some mechanical issues. Plus, Pliny is a triple IPA, so one sniff of this stuff and it's not safe to get behind the wheel. Driving is not an option. So I checked Google Maps for some public transit directions, sorting by best route, and they actually told me to walk to this bike share, to ride to this train, to get to a ferry that goes to another train, and then it's only a 20-minute walk to the brewery. So I guess I'm doing that. The first part of this journey is one I have done many times before. A long walk to a bike share to the train. And here's a good omen. I made it without a second to spare.
Please stand clear of the doors. The next station is Embarcadero. Now boarding out. Embarcadero. This is a red line train.
I am on a tight schedule, so no time to really take in the views, and certainly no time for fills. I've got to figure out the ferry. That's not it. Nope, not today. Larkspur. That's me. This is my rough schedule, and as you can see, my connection on the other end of this boat is a tight one. So my ferry being late is a bit of an issue. On the upside, it does give me a minute to show you around. Finally, my ferry arrived. You won't find a bigger fan of the ferry than me. The price is right, these things really move, and the views are hard to beat. That's Alcatraz, the Golden Gate Bridge, and Angel Island. Plus this ride is a reverse commute, so I have this entire level all to myself. But the ferry isn't without its downsides. I forgot to mention that I get seasick. Bathroom tour. Just kidding, you don't want to see that. In other bad news, this is my least favorite bridge in the entire Bay Area. It's my nemesis. I hate driving on it, and I especially hate riding on it. You can see the water through the edges when you're going across it, and that just makes me uncomfortable. And you guessed it, we're taking that bridge later today. But at the moment, I don't have time to worry about that. I've got a train to catch. That's where I started, this is where I am, and I'm going somewhere over there. Pretty sure this is it? not it. There's the train. Not really sure how I get up there. And with that, I've missed the train. I don't want to miss the next one, so I'm staying right here. Good news, I found the train station and I am here right now. Bad news, the next train doesn't come for another 30 minutes or so. Just had a brief scare. Wait, what? Station's closed in this zone. That's where I'm going. Oh, yesterday. Turns out the station was closed yesterday. Something about the air in Marin, it is just nice up here. Truth be told, I don't think I ever had a chance to make that earlier train. I'm bored. I don't know if you can see this, but these trains look incredibly nice. And if there's one thing I like more than a ferry, it's a train. Train's here. That's my train right there. Turns out I got a little too excited too early. It still doesn't leave for another 20 minutes. There are supposed to be bathrooms on the train, and I hope that's true. Somehow, I am the only person on this train.
Next station, Santa Rosa.
So it's confirmed. I am the only person on this train. Turns out the seats recline, which will be nice on the way back. I thought this would be heinously boring. The ride is over an hour long, but watching the hills and stations roll by was more than entertaining. We raced a few cars on 101, and this place used to be the US headquarters for Birkenstock. Is there a better place for Birkenstocks than Marin? Time for a bathroom tour. Nah, just a joke. Did I get you? A few more problems. It's gonna rain for 5 days straight, starting tomorrow. Why is that a problem for today? The line is outside, so everyone who's considering coming is coming today. It's gonna be crowded. Anyway, we're behind schedule, so I've gotta hustle over to the brewery. Not gonna lie, I'm getting a sense of anxiety just hoping that I'm gonna get some of this beer. Doesn't open for another 30 minutes, but I feel like I'm already late. I wanted to be here an hour ago. My rush was perhaps a bit unnecessary. Most attempts to get Pliny the Younger will involve a lot of waiting. And wait I did. Lucky for me, I was in line next to some really cool people. Dennis, Tommy, and this woman whose name I never caught were really lovely and made the hours I spent in line pretty pleasant. After hours of waiting and inching closer and closer, I learned that coming to the brewery by myself was a great idea. They plucked me out of the line early for this.
Go ahead. Thank you very much. Thank you. You got a stamp as well. Thank you.
My time in the brewery was a bit of a blur. Pliny is over 10% alcohol. But is it any good? And do they have any bottles left? First, what is it like in a brewery that serves one of the world's best beers? My journey home did not go as expected, and I am in no state to be talking about glass bottles, but I will let you know about those soon. A little more bad news. I'm about an hour early for the train. At least it's a nice day. This is me passing a field sobriety test that I issued to myself. Maybe I could have driven. On second thought, maybe not. So I took the train as planned. My seat didn't recline, and frankly I was already too hungover to find a new one. But just like my last train, this one was lovely. Unfortunately, after an hour of waiting, my bus never came. Annoying, but in the end it couldn't have worked out better. I didn't have to face my nemesis, this bridge, and I got to see some of the most iconic places in San Francisco. But did I get the bottles? Good morning. We've got very good news and very bad news. First, the good news. We got the bottles. Now the bad news. I gotta figure out how to get these things from the West Coast to the East Coast. There's basically two options. I could ship them UPS, FedEx, or something like that, or I can put them in my checked baggage. I looked at the cost to ship them UPS and it is extremely expensive, plus I don't really trust them to get them there in one piece. So now some more good news. I'm flying Southwest, and on Southwest, bags fly free. So I guess we'll roll the dice and see if Southwest baggage handlers can keep these things in one piece. Here's a little more bad news. I'm in Group C, but we'll deal with it. All right, here's what it looks like. Hopefully that works out. Surely this is unnecessary, but I want these things to stay cold. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. My connection was in Baltimore, and seeing this bridge was eerie. Fast forward to my destination, and looks like that's my bag. Yep, that's it. But we won't know if the bottle survived for a few more hours. Frankly, I'm not ready to face the fact that they might be broken, that this whole thing could have been for nothing.
I thought you had a Nikon.
No.
Sure.
Dad, you know how exciting that is.
What?
Remember this? All the beers are wrapped in shirts.
Wow.
That's so nice. This is so exciting.
And I actually did get them some shirts from my friend's restaurant. With those gifts out of the way, let's move on to the beer.
What's this? What's this? A shirt.
Let's see. Oh,
You got me a
let's
shirt.
see.
And it's got beer in it. Wow.
That is hard to come by. Remember how hard those were to get? They're hard to get.
Actually, Mom, that one came from Whole Foods. Let's see what else we've got in this suitcase. Hopefully, you like it.
There's more.
This
Another
is so
shirt.
nice.
Wow, Pliny the Younger. This is really hard to get. Wow, another shirt. Another Pliny the Younger. Wow. And another Pliny the Younger.
How long later? How long?
Wow, look at this.
Wow.
Wow.
What's in here?
Have you had it?
I did. I had it at the brewery.
Did you wait in line?
I waited in line.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you. They're
It's very thoughtful.
Yup, it really is as good as they say it is, and worth this insane journey. Oh, and remember how I said I was going to Italy? Well, I'm back now. Watch this if you want to see what that's like, and hit subscribe to see the next one. Thanks for watching.